Hey everyone, and welcome to ACAT Studios. This is where we do all the magic of our social media productions and whatnot. Anyways, my first time in the studio, so my first professional video. Hey, thank you for watching. Welcome to the Forge. I'm Mike, I'm the bladesmith. If you've never been here before, watch my other videos, and to learn more about me, there's an introductory video, and then there are some destructive test videos that I also did, and we're going to review one of those today. It's our episode 2 destructive test video, and what I want to talk about is the results of that test. Now, I'm going to start by analyzing the actual physical results of the testing on the knives that were tested, and just talk briefly about that. So let's start with that. Now, originally I had forged this knife specifically to do this test because I wanted to get into the blade and check the grain structure of the steel. So my intent was to snap a piece of this off and then check and then have it analyzed. But in doing that, I decided, well, let's have some fun with it and go up against some other knives that I had in my collection and do some physical tests with it. So what I did was I started with the D2 I started with the Damascus knife, and it fared pretty well through the batoning through wood, and then we got to the deer antler chop and it kind of rolled the edges over. And then we went to the rebar chop, and in the rebar chop, it did the same thing. It had some pretty nasty rolls on there. And then I stuck it in a vise to test, whether it would retain its shape or not. And you can see that it took a pretty good bend, and then it broke off about right there. And so, this knife is done. I mean, there's nothing you can really use it for unless you want to use it for gardening and, digging a hole in the ground. And when I bought it, it was sold as a high carbon steel Damascus. I can sharpen that out, and I can reprofile a new point on this knife, and sure, the blade will be a little bit shorter, but it's still a usable knife. I can take this paracord off and put a handle on it and still use it, which I'm actually going to do that in another video, and I'm going to run this through another test. That will be very interesting, and I'll let you know more about that in follow-up videos. But anyway, so I snapped the end of this off to get into the grain structure. What I found was that under magnification, this is a 30 and 60 power magnifier, and under magnification I can still see that the grain structure is somewhat coarse, but it is, even though it's a little bit coarse, it's even throughout. There are not pockets of carbides and things like that built up anywhere. It's a pretty even grain structure, even though it is a little bit coarse. I'm still working on the normalization process, but you can see the toughness of the knife. So what this tells me is I need to forge another knife with my current process and forge it a little bit thicker, and then break that, just score it and break it, check the grain structure. And I'll talk more about that in another video. So back to this knife. I'm going to reprofile it, resharpen it, and I probably won't put a handle on it for the next test, but I'll run this through another test and I'll put that on video. Anyways, just wanted to do a quick video to let you know that this is the results, and this is what I came to the conclusion of. And I mentioned the scientific process, and really, you know, scientists would disagree with me that this is a truly scientific process, because the last knife that I destroyed was 1065 steel. This is 5160. My forging process was a little bit different, and it was noted by my colleagues here at the ACAT Forge, that I was a little bit. It seemed that I was a little bit harder on my knife than on the others. So, scientific process being what it is, I guess I was a little more unfair, but that was on purpose because I wanted to see what my blades would do. Anyways, we just got back from a show, so I'm a little tired. It's a little bit late. It's kind of bright here in the studio. If you like what you see, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have anything else that you want to see, or you have any comments on what I'm talking about, I would love to hear from you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.